Yep.
All right, let's do this.
I personally think I prefer the way Mark looks without makeup.
Okay.
I mean, is that really
I don't know.
surprising, though?
I am
Because
one
Mark and I
sexy
look
bitch.
an awful lot alike. So maybe it's just because you're used to looking at me without makeup on.
I have often said that there's almost no difference. So,
We're like
watch out, Mark.
dwarves. I'm just missing the beard.
It's getting weird today. It's always weird, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what John is
usually-
implying by all of this.
That he's got a type, obviously. It's a very specific type of mince.
Mark, better watch that ass.
Right on. Cool. No kink shaming here. That's my motto in life.
It's a good place to be. All right. Let's do a quick recap. Does anybody have any orders of business before we start?
We
I
need
think
to
we're
do
giving Amon
inspiration.
the inspiration token.
Mhm.
Okay.
Motomoto.
For Motomoto.
Yeah, Motomoto.
I like them big.
We were just talking about that.
All right.
Okay.
Then who wants to recap for a previously on Dungeons and Dragons?
Marco, I haven't heard you do it in a while.
We cleared out the people in the Silver Mask in the temple. We found a giant pile of money that says it was for donate, or that
Or Draco.
the book says that they're donating it to the Buy
Draco.
Copy a Sword Fund.
Mhm.
And then there was something else happened in the. We walked away from the Ettins or whatever the spider dudes were, and found all the traps to, or set off all the traps because I'm a goob. And then we got on the boat. We found.
We kept a prisoner.
Mother Marwa.
Oh yeah,
We did keep a
yeah.
prisoner.
We did keep a prisoner
We fed
that we
Mother Marwa.
traded.
That we killed.
He didn't kill. He's still alive.
He's still alive. He'll just only have a couple more for.
We harvested him or utilized him.
Gross.
We utilized about 10 years of his life. It's okay.
Mhm.
Fucking
More than that.
Skeksis. All of you are Skeksis, okay?
I'm so sketchy.
Draining the life essence out of the poor
Skeksis, I know it.
pod people.
There's no Geneva Convention on Geb.
Nope.
Yeah. And
International waters.
but he was a dick anyway, so it's okay. And
He was
And
gonna join
then,
the Silver Flame. He was already a bad dude. He had made lots of bad decisions before we met him.
yeah. So this was his last bad decision, and now he's gonna go and retire in my bestiary in the grotto.
Mhm.
And then we found Mother Marwa. Mother Marwa took the life essence to heal Oni. Or during the thing, all the animals started to attack us, and we made friends with a alligator. Then we gathered I think we got attacked by a hippo, maybe, and then
Lots of animals.
Mhm.
yeah, lots of animals, and then they all got scared away by a giant crocodile, which Amon's pet Motomoto went and attacked and stopped it from ramming the boat. So what was supposed to be a stupid hard fight turned into a really easy gooshy.
No. I would not say really, really easy. It had its own
Well-
challenges that we were able to overcome as a group. Those were quite awesome like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because John did an amazing job there.
Mhm.
Didn't make it too easy. No.
Mhm.
If we hadn't done it just right, it would have been incredibly difficult.
Yes,
But
exactly.
putting a hippo in its way was the right way of dealing with that issue.
Yeah.
Much like most issues in life, if you put a hippo in front of it, it'll resolve itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Oni got healed,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
but
and she's got a
she's now
little
branded.
dimple left. Yeah.
She's branded.
Just like other members of our party.
But I'm no
How
longer
you doing,
dying
Amon?
to the chaos.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably
Perpetually just falling deeper and deeper into the chaos.
Yes.
And I think that was it.
That
Good job.
sounds about right to me. Yeah, that's pretty comprehensive. I don't remember
Oh, wait.
exactly.
Do we mention Mistress Jaela? We need to figure out who that is. I just wanted to put that on everyone's radar. We heard someone in
in
the
flame.
Silver Flame.
Oh right, we saw her
Mention
on
that
the
name.
other side.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry. That's the one thing I wanted to bring up.
You're right.
Sorry, John. Done.
No, that was perfect. Thank you. That touched everything. I don't remember precisely where we left off. I believe we were still on Mother Marwa's sailing
Yes.
barge. Is that right, or did we fast travel back to the city?
No, you're still on the barge.
Okay, then we will pick up today right there. Post revival ritual, post Moto slam dunking on my crocodile. Yeah, there is an alternate world where one of you is rolling a new character this morning. That's all I'm saying.
No, we're not. You're fired. Firing you.
I quit.
Just kidding.
Please don't.
I would never. I would not.
Please.
I would not play D&D if you quit. So
All right. Oni, you are physically the healthiest you've ever felt, in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Mentally, you feel exhausted. The ordeal that you've just been through has sort of, taxed you on a spiritual level, while your body feels hale and renewed. There's just sort of that mental tax that got paid through the purpose of the ritual and having to relive some of those memories and the stress of of not being able to help your friends while they were in dire straits. So you come to your feet physically well, but just sort of, a little beat down mentally. The rest of your comrades at arms are covered in blood, and as you are proud to see, most of it is not theirs.
Mhm.
Mother Marwa largely ignores you and goes back to preparing some kind of pickled salad made from root vegetables from the banks of the Atairu, and is stroking the hair of the man whose life she just drained, who is still struggling to get to his feet. When he does, you can hear, groans and squeaks and the occasional crack of potentially a bone as he tries to right himself.
Ugh. Is our ship still attached to this one?
It is.
So we can be like, well, peace out, if we wanted to. Thanks for
Yeah.
should we
healing me.
leave
See ya.
Should we leave the pod person with her? Just be
Yeah.
like, here you go. It's yours for the rest of your life.
Although at the same time,
Most days of it.
yeah, we could have just let her, take all of his essence, but we didn't. So it's kind of our responsibility, is it not?
Well, we could take
Nah.
this as an opportunity to interview him and find out how they were recruiting, how the Silver Flame was recruiting, in case we wanted to try to send in a plant. And maybe we could ask Mother Marwa if she knows who Mistress Jaya is.
Let's do it.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
not the talker of our group, so
I don't believe
You're the
it.
sneak. You're going to be
You could
looking for
send in
other
the hockey.
information.
I'm looking for weapons that I can sell back to this antiquity dealer. I want all the money.
I like the world where Hoppy the Barbarian is the party face.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
He tries really hard.
It's definitely Oni.
Okay.
Another way to think is you give me your me smash smash.
Mm-hmm.
He can intimidate, that's for sure.
Amon, you're good at interfacing with people too. Would you like to interview the old guy and I can talk to Mother Marwa, or vice versa?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm not good with people at all.
Okay.
You must be talking to me. I don't see anybody else here.
Okay. Then I'm going to.
I actually,
I can interview dude we kidnapped.
The Silver Flame guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I'm
last person you
actually-
interviewed ended up manacled and then burned to death in the ocean. Let's let Draco do it.
What do you got, Marco?
My charisma is like -5, I think.
Minus 5?
Yeah,
I'm sure that can't be right.
Yeah, that's
it's
not.
it's not that bad, but that's
But that's how it feels sometimes.
a slight exaggeration.
I
Yeah.
actually have a positive charisma. I think I'm having trouble loading my character sheets.
Okay, well, a 1 isn't going to do you much good here, bud. So,
I have a charisma of 10.
Damn.
We're not talking about in real life.
I mean, and you have interacted with and have a more intimate knowledge of the Silver Flame, so I'm fine with you talking to the old guy, and I'll talk to Mother Marwa. I don't know how much we're going to get out of him. Like, if he's old, maybe his
Yeah.
brain is addled and he doesn't remember. Like, I don't know how with it
Right.
he is.
Almost like you should have done these in reverse order.
yeah. I tried to say, wait a second. No one listened.
No, you were the one that was kind of rushing. We gotta get Oni fixed.
Draco,
Yeah.
as you try to get this guy upright, he's in a bad way. It's going to take you a minute to sort of get him as close to whatever his new lucid state is. While you're doing that, Oni, you can approach Mother Marwa. The two like identical twin, well-muscled, shirtless men that assist her barge are back flanking sort of the entrance and the exit to the covered area of the barge. And she seems very comfortable with you here, so like you're welcome, but no one's interacting with you. If you can appreciate that, like no one's rushing you out, but also like no one's talking to you. It's sort of like that, it's like after a massage, right? Like take all the time you need. Like
But please get
they
out.
say that, but you know that there is a point in time where someone's gonna go shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're in between that end of the massage and the shoo now stage.
Okay. Mother Marwa, do you have knowledge of the Silver Flame?
She looks at you with her now almost free of wrinkles face and smiles. I have knowledge of all things. What do you seek?
I seek information about one they call Mistress Jayaya.
She asks, this is a person I have met.
And could you tell me where she might be found? Or what her relationship is to the Silver Flame?
She can't tell you for certain where she is now, but tells you that for an exchange of goods for information, she might be able to tell you what she is.
What kind of goods? We've already given you this, and I'm going to gesture to the man.
She looks at him like a cat eyes a mouse and just tells you that this won't last nearly long enough.
All right. Name your terms. Preferably not the life essence of another.
I have a bottled storm.
She does think that that's curious and quaint. She tells you that this information is exceedingly well guarded. Few on Geb would know it. What is that worth to you?
How about the death doll?
She's not. I don't know if she'll care about that, but I'll definitely be like, here is.
Do you like dolls?
She doesn't seem interested in it, and at first I think she thinks that it was a craft you made, and so there's like that awkward, oh, that's very
Terrible.
lovely.
Very nice.
Yes, it's not terrifying at all. Certainly not nightmare inducing.
Okay.
She asks what you value most.
Well, my family, above all others. And I'm certainly not giving her them.
Could we do a deal with my dread helm?
Well, we also could potentially bring her captives. Other silver flame that we encounter that she can
Gonna
destroy.
feed Shelob?
Jesus.
I'm going Gollum on this guy. Yep. Let's do it.
What is your precious?
You know, not gonna lie, that offer interests her, certainly.
Yeah, we can bring you the peoples if you want to keep sucking the life out of pod people. Sure, we'll bring you filth.
I mean,
They're going to be terrible humans.
frankly, it's likely going to be Mistress Jaia's people, so if she
Yeah.
can tell us where they are, she can take us to them and feast all she wants.
Yeah, we agreed to bring silver flame pieces of shit.
Hmm.
It sounds like we're trying to help someone very evil out right now, just so you know. Just
She
as evil.
tells you that if you bring her sustenance, food, souls that she can feast upon, she will tell you what you need to know.
Do they have
Cool.
to be human?
She says they have to
Or I
be
guess
human, but they
humanoid.
don't have to be evil.
So Hoppy's
Yeah.
clear.
All right.
I'm in the clear. That's good.
She's going to have to give us some information on good faith if we're going to enter into an agreement like this. And we're going to need to have a way, she has to provide a way for us to communicate with her and contact her when we have souls for her to pick up. Because we're not going to be chasing her all over God's creation.
She says that you will always know where she is, for she cannot leave the river.
Yes, but the river is long. And we have things to do.
And hard.
We can't just be cruising up and down the river all day.
She says that you could send her a message.
How?
She asks if you don't understand how the sending stone in your pocket works.
Yeah.
I do, but that sending stone is connected elsewhere, and I cannot leave it with her. So if she has another sending stone that she can give to us, that would be great.
Oh, we could totally leave that sending stone with her and retrieve the other one.
Shh, I don't want to do that. I want to get stuff from her.
I want to get stuff, damn it.
Okay.
We might
Oni,
need that later.
to sort of hide your selfish true intention and to just represent how convincing an argument you're making, I'd like a persuasion roll.
Okay. And it's not selfish. Like, ultimately, my hope is to have one of the sending stones at Draco's Grotto so that we can communicate back and forth when people arrive and when we're sending people there. I'm sorry, charisma? Is that what you said?
Persuasion. If you don't,
Persuasion.
it is charisma if you don't have the skill, that's true.
9.
I need one moment. She agrees with the premise that if you had goods that were likely to spoil, she can't have them just wasting away on a barge as you traverse weeks looking for her. She tells you that when you have lived as many lifetimes as she has, you forget that some people have only one and wish not to waste it.
It's true.
She very quickly, to a point that almost startles you, grabs the man by both shoulders, and he begins to instantly wither before your eyes. Like, all of the fat and liquid leaves his skin and musculature. Like, the muscle tissue just dissolves underneath his skin. She swells, her skin flattens out, her skin tightens, her bosoms perk up. She looks like she's 20 now. And this skeletal husk of a man just groans his very last groan as she takes her hands off of his shoulders, and as he goes like limp, she catches him in her right hand and uses her left hand, pries the ear off of his skull. And as the corpse collapses, the men drag it out, and she offers you, Oni, the severed ear.
Ugh. How does this work?
She says, "Speak to me, and I shall hear you."
Very well. And I'm going to like try to touch as little as possible and hand it to Renan.
Put this
is
in
for
your
you.
purse.
I'm just looking in horror because I was just trying to get this guy up.
Oh, we
I was
didn't
trying
get
to work
to
on this
interview
guy a
him.
little bit.
That's why I was saying like I had to think about it, but I think that's the only thing she would do.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Fair.
I
Alright,
guess,
so-
I guess I'm done
before we
here.
leave, I want to talk with Mother Marwa. So as everyone's kind of, saying their goodbyes, I just walk up and bow and say, Mother Marwa, I am a learned man who desires knowledge, and I hear that you know all things. If this is true, do you know anything about the House of the Midnight Sun?
She nods, making eye contact with you knowingly. I do.
Do you know who I am?
She says,
There you go.
looking you up and down, I know both who you are and who you might become.
I seek answers about my mother. Do you know Natini?
She says, Luke, I am your mother. She claims to have known Natini in life when Natini was young, but she never knew Natini as your mother.
I'm on a journey, a quest to find my heritage and my birthright. Where can I find what I seek?
She gently, like, as a super creepy lady who you've just watched eviscerate the life from another human person, closes well into your personal space and gently kisses you on your forehead and tells you that those answers are coming to you faster than you will realize. She tells you that when the time comes, see not just with your eyes. And she goes back to chopping her vegetables.
See with your penis.
I've
Your
heard it
mother
called a one-eyed
Mistress
monster, but I
Jaiya?
So I'm just gonna bow and say the stories of your wisdom do not speak to your true glory, and bow and walk away.
She says, it is so. Draco, as the rest of the group is leaving, you have the dead body of a of a dude man who has just kind of collapsed into your arms. You watch, I don't know if it horrifies you or not, but this lady just basically tears the dude's ear off. What's interesting to you is that while everyone is focused on the ear and the magic she's conjuring there within, the corpse of the man like begins to calcify. The exterior of his skin becomes hard and almost salt-like. It's like turgid and immobile.
Turgid. What a good word.
Thanks.
Okay, that's freaking creepy.
So we have not received our information about Jaiya.
That is true.
We just got an ear.
So before we leave, I need her to send us in a direction because my plan is to funnel her people from Jaiea. So can she at least tell us where we can go to get more information on locating her?
She tells you that Jaela's most recent conquest is in a place you were recently a visitor in. Seek your answers in Beiju.
Oh. I love Beiju.
All right. We're gonna get back on the ship.
Draco, as you turn to leave, she motions at you like, "Don't forget to clean up your trash." The muscular man points at the corpse, insinuating that you brought it. You take it. Everything
Okay.
you pack out, you pack in.
Pack it out.
Yes, I pick him up, so I'm imagining he's much lighter now, right? Or
He is much
it's a
lighter now.
calcification.
Like the whole adult male body weighs probably 40 pounds.
Okay. I start dragging him out and toss him overboard, I guess. Burial at sea.
Here
you go.
All right. Draco unceremoniously drops a salt mummy into the river, bloop, and hops back on board. You guys are free and clear to go and do whatever you'd like.
Yeah, let's jump back on our little
Back
boat.
to
Are we going to be meeting up with
what's the
Your
name of that
sister?
city? Mutt?
Beiju?
Moot?
Moot.
Moot? No. First, we gotta go
Draco's-
there
Draco's Grotto?
because someone wants to sell the antiquity dinner all the nice old coins.
The old ones, and
Hoppy.
we're keeping the current ones, right?
We're gonna see if we can make more money from the shitload of money we found.
Money multiplier!
And our DM told us to go buy shit, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just offered it. I know that we have, for the first time ever, some money, and I know that there were several people who were looking at specific items.
I got 75 gold. Oh, right.
It's a lot for you.
that is a lot for you. I could make that in 1 hour.
I don't know. I had like over 300 not too long ago.
Where's it now?
You bought potions.
Yeah.
You and Amon went somewhere and bought some shit, remember?
Yep.
There was an acorn.
There was.
Girls.
And I bought
Not
that
enough
with my
of
own money, thank you.
His titty money from stripping.
Amon twerks with the best of them.
Twerking hard or hardly twerking?
Make that
Sure.
money. Make that bread.
The you return to Moot. The Flotsam and Jetsam shop is open. It has the same items that it had previously. You can deal with the antiquities guy. You can look at potion shop, or you can revisit the exchange board.
Exchange board.
Yeah, that blade didn't really work.
Let's go to the swamp.
That sounds like a great idea.
After Sari told us not
Let's
to.
check let's check the board to see if there's something about a swamp on there.
There is. Oh my goodness. I like 200 gold plus 400 gold.
But how many gold is that?
We have to go to Hunt
Lots
Master
of gold.
Ira.
900.
We'll negotiate a
'Cause
higher
maps.
award.
Wasn't that the one place we were told not to go?
Yes,
What about your
by
sister?
Sari.
We don't listen to her anyway.
Mhm.
It'll be fun.
And is she your boss?
No.
Okay, but wait. Let me make a wait. Let me make a case for doing the assist Pharaoh quest because it is on the way to Beiju,
And it gives us a token of patronage.
which we have
Don't
one.
worry. Yeah,
We
that's
could
perfect.
always do more. I know it's only 250 gold, but I'm simply saying it gets us closer to where we want to go.
I know, but I don't think that we're ready to go there yet.
Did
I
you?
hear what you're saying, wife. I hear what you're saying. Got it. Okay, so we're going to the
did you
swamp.
not-
If I can try to improvise some stuff. Like I said, I've got stuff in the city prepped, and I've got the
Oh, you
swamp
did tell
adventure
us.
fully prepped.
You warned
Um,
us yesterday.
I can
Let's
do my best
swap
to throw
it
something
up.
together.
Let's swamp it up.
Like-
No, I get it now. I was
You
slow.
didn't read the runes in the sand. It
Oh,
told us
yeah.
that we're going to go to the
I
swamp.
don't read ruins in the sand. I mean, I read the celestial bodies. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not on the same planet as you.
Normally, like I said, I try to prepare like a left, a right, and a backup, scenario for most of the things that we do. But I ran out of time this week, and I just didn't.
You're all good.
Have we long rested? Let's
do that on the
let's
ship while we're traveling.
yeah. Let's go back to Moot.
Moot.
Long rest. Sell our coins so we have as much money as possible.
Mhm.
Then talk about what we need to buy if there's actually stuff that we need. And then swamp it up. Or if there's something we want, we don't always have to just buy what we need. If Mark wants a shiny new sword to kill things with, because he already kills the shit out of stuff, sure.
Mhm.
We could spend our money on that.
All right, so we're gonna survey the swamp, and then I love the idea of assisting the pharaoh on our way to Beiju. Let's definitely do that on our way out of town.
Sweet.
So wait, first we need to sell our money, the coins that weren't.
What's the amulet of the grove again? Sorry.
It's an amulet of you don't have enough money, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
That's true.
I think you have to do
Okay.
a magic investigation spell. He hasn't traditionally told us what the items
Gotcha.
do.
You could converse with the shopkeeper. Like someone selling magic items is probably not going to be like, it's a secret and I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
The amulet, I think we actually had the question once before, so I don't mind revisiting it.
One of us has identify, so
Well, would you like to identify it?
I don't know. You'd be casting spells in other people's shops,
I don't know
If
who
you
I'm
want-
doing. If I'm doing it for Draco, then fuck no. Fuck that guy. But whatever.
He is the one that asked, so I feel like
Yeah.
you would be doing it for him, so fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Copy that. The owner of Flotsam and Jetsam shop explains to you that it's a consignment piece from the Sky Garden. It's a sacred druidic amulet that allows an attuned user the ability to summon a druid's grove.
Nice. That's what
That's
I'm
cool.
interested in.
And like you nod along because certainly all well versed and properly trained druids know what a druid's grove is.
Yes.
It's basically like a safe place to rest. You create sort of like a Hermione's invisible camp that it's hard for people to see and find you in, and then it's guarded by a treant.
So it makes it a little easier to not get attacked from the sky or something else, while we're on our travels. Gotcha.
Right. It's kind of like
Yeah.
just a nice
Yeah.
safe place to
So
take
nice
a
little
long
hidey
rest
hole.
in a hostile environment.
Yeah.
With all the proper druid flavors of carpets of flowers and twisting vines and
Exactly. And no Renans allowed.
shade
Gotcha.
trees. And no girls have been crossed out. No sisters. No sister.
I didn't want to come into your creepy fucking closet anyways, Draco.
Draco.
This would actually be really perfect for Draco's Grotto as well. The investment in the future and for our travels. See? See where I'm going over there? Yeah?
Do not.
Because it has the same name.
Yes, they're both Draco's awesomeness. Yes.
I got it. Draco's
Yeah.
Grove, Draco's Grotto.
Yeah.
All right. Going to the master of currency, then the antiquities dealer. He looks at your assortment of coins, tells you that they have come from many, many different sources, but these are all minted, like struck in the last 20, 30 years. These are all modern coins and currency. They were likely in circulation, this week. These are not historical items that he would have any interest in.
So we just have 2,700 gold.
Just.
Got it. We love it. Thank you for
I
that
mean,
huge pot of
I
gold.
I can take it off our hands then.
You're not
He
touching
asks-
anything in my
Asks
bag.
you where you found it, since it's just such an odd assortment.
And I look at him and I said, well, what are you going to give us for that information? And I blink rapidly like a fucking bitch.
He
That's natural
offers
to
you
you.
a bite of his makeshift euro.
Yeah, I said suck a dick. And then I grab my shit and I walk out.
Ooh.
Brennan's feisty today, goddammit.
I feel like Arsinoe's bleeding in a little.
I actually think like of the two, Renan is probably more of like just a fuck y'all bitch. Arsinoe is pretending.
Oh, I see. I like that. He has no interest in the coins. If there's anything else you want to offer him, though, he's always interested to talk to you. You get the impression, again, that not a lot of people come to see him in his store. And he doesn't get out much, as is evidenced by his corpulence. He's happy to chat you up. He's happy to look at identifying, historical goods. He always is looking to buy things for his shop.
I don't remember where I got a great axe from. Did I?
It was just one of the battles we had. It was laying outside the temple we were just at. You just grabbed
Oh,
some of their armor.
yeah.
I was
or
gonna, I was gonna say
weapons.
squats, but then I heard you say axe.
You grabbed it to sell to him, Mark.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to show him that great axe.
He examines it, asks you if you think this is a reproduction or an actual artifact.
Based on the fact that I beat the hell out of people with it, I'm pretty sure it's an actual art.
He says that he loves the crescent head of it. He's not traditionally a fan of the double-breasted variety of battle great axes, but this one is especially ornate and well crafted. He thinks it's a good representation of the Third Dynasty, which just ended about 200 years ago, so it might actually be an older antique weapon. Tells you that he would offer you 65 gold for it. For frame of reference, Hoppy, just from your time in the arena,
Yeah.
that's about twice the value of a modern great axe.
Okay.
So even if you were just selling it as a junk weapon, you're still making a pretty good little bit of cash.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and sell it to him.
He happily pays you 65 gold for it and takes it and puts it on the wall behind him.
Sweet.
Do you have anything else for me?
Unless you're interested in my mall.
Not particularly. He asks if anybody's interested in making a purchase today.
What
Scott?
does he have for sale?
Anything cool?
He says that he has silvered serving utensils that just came in from the far regions to the north. Just out of the way, they are a beautiful set for 6.
No thanks.
There's 7 of us. Won't work. Sorry.
Very diplomatic, Copy. Not fuck you, I don't want your sterling silver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's just an odd number, wouldn't you know it?
If it was for 8,
just a bad break. He doesn't seem to have anything that you'd be interested in then. It's mostly just art objects, artifacts, historical memorabilia, that kind of thing.
Does he have anything from like a Minotaur village or something that might pertain to Hoppy's ancestry.
He doesn't know you or your history at all, so he can't, with any certainty, speak to that. But he does show you an enormous medallion. The chain that holds the medallion is literally like 2-inch interlocked chain link, and the medallion itself weighs about 8 pounds and is a silver-plated sigil of the god Apis, the bull. And he claims that this is 872 years old, and that at one point the direct descendants, the demigod children of Apis, wore this.
Non-magical, just
Just
decorative.
a historic piece of ornamentation. But he does tell you that users have reported feeling stronger and luckier whilst wearing it.
Mm-mm. It's bullshit, Hoppy.
that-
Don't be swayed by
that
the shiny.
that it sounds like something I need to have. How much
No.
do you want for this, good sir?
He can tell that you're a discerning buyer, and that's why he won't haggle with you at all, and he'll just give you the straight bargain basement
65
price of
gold.
$200.
Damn.
He can let it go for 200 gold. That's his best offer.
No.
All I have is 173.
He
Would
gives
you-
172. I can do.
172.
That leaves you with a gold of walking around money.
No. Hoppy! Hoppy
shiny
Mayday!
gold. No. This is important. I need to have this.
Do it, Happy.
Well, it's a
I'm
cute
doing
bowl. It's a cute bowl.
Okay.
I am
your
going,
bliss.
and I'm going to put it around my neck,
Nice.
and I'm just gonna
Yeah,
look at it. And
like Flava Flav's giant
Yeah, I was
clock.
gonna say you're gonna wear it like Flava Flav. This is excellent.
Flava Flav's medallion.
Mhm.
Yeah, bowl.
That will be what it is called moving forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh. I just want to say that I'm going to laugh when very soon Hoppy desperately needs to buy something and has no money. Okay, but has a big ass shiny necklace.
The bling has inherent value,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Hotline bling.
Don't diss the bling.
Mhm.
I'm so excited for you, Hoppy. You look so handsome. Good job. Way to make a great deal.
Mhm.
You're
even
already
talked it down
less
from
than
So
market
strong.
200 to 172.
Mhm.
I made a smart decision. I made $28
Yeah,
gold.
you did.
Okay.
Mhm.
As we are walking out, because we're done with this piece of shit. As we're walking out, I'm going to look at him and be like, you should be ashamed for taking advantage of the simple minded.
No advantage. It's a beautiful piece, and I let it go for well below its value.
I just flip him off.
I'm very happy with my purchase. We can go.
Okay.
Brendan, you should steal something on your way out.
Mhm.
I'm going to, is there something I can just like, something worth like 20 gold, something very insignificant that I can just palm?
Perception.
Don't perception me, you bastard.
Oh, I'm always percepting.
There's no, no advantage, sorry.
No advantage. You can see in like the immediate vicinity, there's like a stack of silver coins that he's counting out, either for a deal that's being done later. They don't like they're valid currency silver coins, nothing antique-y. There is a loose silver ring that seems to have some kind of family crest on it, and there's a ink stamp with a rubied jeweled handle on it that he uses to notate things in his ledger. All three of those things, but probably only one of those three of those things is grabbable on your way out.
I grab the ring.
Okay, I need a sleight of hand.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
I trip and fall. And it's very obvious that I was trying to grab something. And I very quickly stand up, humiliated, grab a gold piece out of my purse and just fling it at him and run away. Please don't kill me, sir.
This never happened. Tell no one.
I don't know if it'll work, but that's what I'm trying to get away with.
Yep,
No.
I don't like to do behind the scenes stuff, but his passive perception was a 12, so you needed only to do a 12 or better, which I thought was a guaranteed. But thought, sure,
Wait,
let's
do you
just
have
roll for the fun of
inspiration?
it.
Fuck no. Nobody gives me inspiration.
You have
I
to
don't do
things to
anything
get inspiration.
inspiring. Yeah. I want to hide. I don't want to help. Jeez.
All right. Then yes, like you trip, you make a scene on the way down. You grab the ring. He helps you up, and he's like, "Oh, I think you may have accidentally knocked this ring off of my shelf." And like just dead to rights, you have to be like, "Oh yes, here it is in my pocket, sir. Don't know how that happened. Good day."
Please, sir, can I have some more?
I said good day.
Good day.
It's hard for you to know whether he genuinely saw that as a thievery attempt, or whether he's just a guy who's always got his eyes on the merchandise and sees you as a clumsy young girl who almost broke something.
I would just like everyone to know that cannot see my character sheet that my bonus to a sleight of hand is obviously 10.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Yep.
worst I can do is an 11, which is a fucking good roll. This is an embarrassing.
Yes,
I
you
am
had an
humiliated.
85+% chance to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to roll a 2. I just can't even roll like just can't be a 1. How embarrassing. Okay, sorry. I'm over it.
Leaving the shop, you're the last one out in sort of a huff. Everyone looks at you like, "You're okay?" Yeah, that's great.
And I just look at her like, really?
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I see everything you do, little sister.
Mm-hmm.
There's a daddy joke in there, but I'll end it with yes, chef.
Thankfully, it's not been weird at all today. So
I don't know why I make everything weird. It's who I am. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Unapologetically
Mm-hmm.
weird as fuck.
I like it.
change nothing.
Zach, how's your tongue?
Quite good and skilled.
Show it.
I understand.
You kind
I
of asked for
understand why
that.
that was the best way to ask for
I'm going to get
an
coffee.
update on a physical ailment. Next time
Zach
I
out of
should say,
nowhere.
how is your physical ailment today?
Pretty good. I do the alphabet.
Aw. All right,
I
moving
mean, you
on.
did just set that up.
Michelle and Meg are just covering their faces.
That's an appropriate response.
About D&D.
I've never seen you turn this color.
Oh god. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I thought you didn't get to put blush on this morning, Michelle.
Okay.
All
That was
we are
fun.
back at a.
Thank you.
We've got the store here at Flotsam and Jetsam.
Mhm.
We have the apothecary store, which I think I have in the. ground floor
Wasn't
still.
wasn't Draco looking at that ring, or didn't we want to cast a investigation spell on it or something?
Well, he already told us.
Oh, okay.
It was an amulet. Amulet.
Amala.
Or a Draco's garden. Yeah.
I'm not giving you 1,000 gold for that. What's a ring of webs? Ooh, potions.
We can also look at that.
How are we on health potions? We just bought
Uh,
some, and I don't think we.
Yeah,
used
we
it
just
in the
did this
last
and everybody had them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What's feather token of Qua?
A feather token of Qua is the ornamented decorative feather brooch that you wear, and if at any point you fall greater than 30 feet, it activates
Featherfall.
consuming the magic item but triggering slow fall.
Okay, well, so far we've fallen nay,
None
not
times.
even once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is according to the purveyor of the shop, a nod to those who visit the Sky Garden. There were a series of unfortunate mishaps that led the directors of the city to suggest making these available to new tourists.
I do really like a potion of water breathing. Like,
got one.
what if I am Harry Potter? Oh, you have one?
We do.
What is the moonbow, John?
When you
Like a ring,
strike
so.
someone with it, you can, as a free action, drop your pants and show them your butt.
That is not what it is.
And there's no attack of opportunity.
The moonbow is a +1
Holy
long.
shit!
Oh my god, that was amazing! You two together are trouble.
Nice.
Uh,
Oh my god, I
Dude,
love
come
this group.
on.
I absolutely
Exposing
love
your
this
ass
group.
and saying attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Come on!
They're so popular that pretty soon they're gonna be everywhere.
Oh my god.
Have you seen my moon bow?
Now we need the moonbow.
It offers you a free attack.
Moonbow is a +1 longbow that once per long rest, the wielder can cast the Moonbeam spell as a 3rd level druid, which will do 3d10 radiant damage versus a con save DC 15 in like a 10-foot diameter beam of moonlight. Additionally, in moonlight, so in the conditions of being at night in the light of the full moon, the spell deals 4d10 damage to enemies and the enemies in the beam have disadvantage. Sort of like a Moon Knight style weapon.
Damn, that sounds pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool bow. It does more damage than what yours does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you need it?
I wonder if you could sell your bow, or like trade your bow. Like your bow could be a down payment. We could pay the difference.
Let's talk financing.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Can we
Throw
offer
in a
you the
moon.
souls of silver flame people?
Jesus, we're just gonna go full tilt like
We
I work
just
for
tell
Mephisto.
people now.
slowly becoming Sith. Okay.
A year later, Meg still doesn't know she's in the evil campaign. No, this is just a transactional soul holding company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what would you give me for my longbow?
He examines it. It's trail tested, he says charitably. I've seen many weapons in far greater condition than this one. I would be comfortable offering you 20 gold pieces for it.
But could you say that it belonged to one of Alea's flame?
Oh, that's true.
Prestige that comes with this bow.
Oh, this was Alea's bow?
No.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it belonged to the champion then, Oni, the recognized Kital gladiator?
She's right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was gifted by her to him.
She doesn't use a bow.
I do not.
It was
mean, I
gifted
do.
by
I have
her.
one.
to
Shut
him.
up.
And the owner of the shop goes, oh, well, if it belonged to one of the others, it's less valuable.
Okay, what if the
Ooh,
whole
we're the
band
others.
signs it, and then you've got all of Alea's flame signatures on one bow? It works for musicians. It could work for us too.
He tells you that unless we were talking about Oni's long swords or perhaps one of those fire pets they seem to have, he can't see doing a deal for much more than the 20 gold the bow is worth. That was a great voice. What the fuck was that?
That was my little demon child. That's what happens when Moto doesn't get out for a little bit.
We're gonna have to like record that for later.
Listen, Mark is already done with our bullshit.
Yep.
We're an hour into this. Let's just
All right, let's get the moon bow.
For
Yeah,
the
I'll-
record,
I'll-
guys, I'm just I'm fine. You guys have fun. But, yeah, when we're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I have 486 gold, so I can put forth all of that towards the bow.
Technically,
How about you
you'll
just
have
put in 400?
500 if
Okay.
you sell your other bow for the 20 gold.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. So 500 from me, and then the rest from the
We'll cover it.
pot.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
What a nice
Details
safe
you.
place for everybody. That's a no-go.
What an excellent purchase you've made today. I'm sure you won't regret it. These are the finest bow I've ever come across. You'll love it. Any additional purchases today?
How much do you have, Draco, and how much would you need for the amulet?
Yeah, 75 gold.
Oh.
So
No.
some.
Maybe after the swamp we can pay for it.
Yeah.
What is the Ring of Webs?
Let me scroll down. No more joke answers. Oh, it is.
For sticky situations.
I mean, you're not wrong. It allows the user once per long rest to cast the web spell, functioning basically like a wand of web, which creates I think it's 20-foot diameter circle of a sticky web. It can trap creatures in it. I think I think it's a dexterity saving throw to not be stuck, and then if you aren't stuck, it's still difficult terrain, costing half movement.
Boo, boring. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, do I get to do this while I
I think
activate
you have
That
it?
is how you activate it. Mhm.
Except you only get to do it once a day, so it's and then
Oh,
And if you miss,
Then a
It's on you, buddy.
refractory period.
it's on you, buddy.
What's the sad sound on purpose?
Okay, and
I
what's
hate it.
Bass's favor? I'm gonna ask you this multiple times and someone's gonna break up with me, but oh well.
Bath's favor is a stone of good luck, to put it into D&D parlance.
Got
Which
it.
is not just me saying it's good luck. It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
+1 to all skills and saving throws.
And the
Got it.
boost of speed, how much does that increase your movement speed?
By a factor of speed. It is a bonus action to double your speed, and it can accrue a maximum of 10 minutes of use per long rest.
Oh, that's cool. So you would get to double your speed every time? Every round, I mean?
Yeah,
Once
basically
you
bonus action
activate
to
it?
turn them on, and once they're on, your speed is 60 or higher if it were a mark or something.
That's awesome.
Does anybody have
That's
shitty
incredible.
speed?
I think we're all in the 30 to 40 range. It would just be nice to have that extra movement. All right, something for
It
us
would
to work
it would
on.
really be pertinent for a melee fighter
Mhm.
if you ever find yourself surrounded by 5,000 dire wolf and you need to move quickly.
Or if you need to chase an archmage into another cavern.
Correct.
All right. Well, I don't have any money.
These
for
are
that.
all things we can keep in mind.
Yeah.
To the swamp!
To the swamp.
In my Jeep.
Time warp,
John,
baby.
can you add the moonbow to my inventory, or how does that? How should I do that?
I can help you out with that. Give me one quick sec, and we'll just make it.
Hold.
Make it so.
Mark, I'm sorry that some of us are perpetually 7th graders. It's not my fault. I find sexual humor to be the best kind. It is my fault, actually.
It's a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
I see a world where we get the bracers of archery for Amon.
Also.
That's an extra 4 damage per round.
Or Renan, because doesn't she use a bow? And when she steady aims, she kicks some butt.
Yeah, but she gets the it wouldn't affect her.
Yeah, but I hate her.
No, it doesn't affect her sneak attack damage. It only
Oh.
adds 2 to damage rolls.
Oh, okay.
I still do damage, though.
Yeah,
with my
but
sneak
it
attacks.
would add 4 to Amon.
It
where
would do
only
more
add
on
2
Amon's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Looks
the
like it's
Moonbow
working.
can only be cast once per day, right? That extra spell.
The extra spell, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Amon, what I'm going to do is just add the Moonbeam spell to your spell list. I think it's going to be confusing. Know that actually, I'm going to leave it in your compendium as a second level spell. You can only cast it once per day, and what we can do is use this
Once
under
per long
resources
rest.
category. Yeah, sorry. I appreciate their verbiage. There, I've made the bottom right corner of the extra things
Moonbow.
I should probably call it Moonbeam charge, and you've
And-
got 1 of 1.
And Mark,
Does that make
duly
sense?
noted. When we have
Mhm.
more money, we can buy the bracers of archery. It's not a bad move.
I
All
could
right.
also see a world where we get Cloak of Protection for Draco, since his, or no, you're the one who has the really low
Low
AC, huh?
AC.
Don't you?
She
Me?
already has that super
Yeah.
fancy cloak though, and she also can
No.
do that roguey thing where she doesn't take as much damage.
Yeah, so I
That
get
roguey
uncanny
thing.
dodge
That one.
as a reaction
Hmm.
to any
Okay.
to I think most types of damage. So I feel pretty good about all the shit I have on me, and like the more stuff that I am holding, it weighs me down, and the less trickery I can do. Although I'm
Okay.
not good at trickery today, so
11.
Let's go.
to the swamp.
To the swamp.
Just trudging headlong in. I don't want to rush you, but last chance to buy anything, trade anything, acquire anything.
Does
All right.
anybody have dark vision?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Oni does.
Hmm.
Got it. All right, we're good.
You leave the city proper, Moot, moving south of the city. There's sort of like a natural crescent that the river makes here, and everything inland of that crescent is previously like a very fertile marshland. Farmers, hunters, trappers all live there, love it there. It's almost a sanctuary for, the outdoorsman types of this area. However, recently it has become not that. Something has radically changed the ecosystem, um, killing plant and animal life. In some cases, there are reports of strange, previously unseen animals or creatures appearing within this swamp, and the understanding that magic doesn't seem to function correctly within this new expansive area, leading to the name being given to it, the Nullmire. No one knows what the cause of it is. The few people that have managed to evacuate is where we get those scattered stories of weird, strange creatures and inexplicable happenings. One or two expeditions have already gone into the mire, but have either not come out or have come out in such shambles that they can't accurately convey what they experienced. This is also a place that Sari warned you not to go, or if you were going to go, to certainly include her in the process.
Cool. This is cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sorry.
As you walk inland from the river, there is a few, maybe a quarter mile or so, of existing marsh that is what you'd expect, and then you see a very distinct, almost like solid line of effect that delineates where the marshlands proper are and where this expansive Nullmire is growing. Looking a little bit like that.
You.
It's
Down.
deep and close, and even though the banyan trees and the reeds here aren't very tall, there's something about it that like darkens the area. Once you enter the mire, the sky just seems darker, despite it being, early morning or early afternoon rather. It's just darker in here. There's shadows in a way that don't make sense with the light that's projecting. there's lots of swamp to trudge through, but there's also a surprising lack of insects. You don't see the gnats and mosquitoes you'd expect in a swamp. There's no toads on lily pads. There's no snakes slithering about. There seems to be very little life here at all. As you
Interesting.
proceed forward, I'd like a group survival check, which is either one of you leading the group or I like everybody rolling. We'll take the average.
Damn it. Sorry, guys.
I
Oh, okay.
I'm specialized in it, so
Again, we're dragging Oni along.
Well, I also have that as a checkmark skill, but I did not roll well.
But you ren-end it.
Hey, relax. I do great at other things.
is this to navigate? I guess it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's to maintain a sense of where you are. Even just 20 minutes into the swamp, everything about the nearly featureless swamp looks like every other part you've already traveled through. It's impossible to mark landmarks. It's difficult to navigate using the sun because you can't really find it. There's this sort of,
Glow.
pervasive source of light that seems to be coming from everywhere, casting shadows in multiple different directions. And the deeper you go, you're starting to see that you're now walking into this like clinging ground mist. And as you enter the misty areas, you start to feel a little lightheaded and a little queasy.
Nope.
And what is that smell, Hoppy? Jeez.
It's not me.
Gross, because it's bull.
Does anybody know what this is? Clearly, there's something weird going on here.
Would a nature spell give us more? A nature roll give us more information?
Don't play D&D like that. Say what you want to know.
I don't know what I want to know.
Do we have anybody?
I want to know nature.
Do we have anybody with like a
Druid powers
Me.
or something?
Okay, so say, have I seen this before? Or
have
do
we
I
run
know what
I
this
wanna-
mist is?
Have we
I
run
want to look for animal tracks and
I love you. Thank you.
Sign.
That's
I
the
want to
way
look
we
for
play
animal
this game.
tracks, signs of life that I might recognize. The swamp isn't my usual.
Stomping grounds.
Yeah, but I
you look
know
for
how to track.
all the traditional hallmarks of game sign, but there are none. If there were animals, native to this area living their best lives, they haven't done so recently, and they haven't been here at all. Like the banks of the area are thick packed mud. Like you're leaving footprints that a child could follow, but there's nothing else living here. You haven't seen a snapping turtle or a alligator or a crocodile or a snake at all yet. No insects, no anything.
This
It
swamp is
appears that the
unnatural.
swamp is lifeless. After about an hour of time here in the Nullmire, I'd like everyone to make one Constitution saving throw.
That one, please.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, there was a delay, so I hit it twice. Boy, I am big on the threes today.
I'm basically dead. Dead in the water today.
Hoppy, you notice eventually that you start pulling ahead of the others. You keep having to turn around and ask them, like, should I slow down, or why can't we keep up this modest walking pace? Every non-Hoppy character, you just feel like a sense of lethargy. You're just tired. You're a little bit sick to your stomach. Your head's a little swimmy. You got sort of just like this migraine level headache that won't go away. and you want really nothing more than just kind of lay down and maybe take a long nap.
And the fumes here are getting to me.
Hmm.
How much longer do you think we should
Causing
go
your
until we take a break?
tongue to swell.
Yeah.
Jeez. Don't ask about it.
Hoppy, since you're ahead of them by 20, 30 feet, the mist clears a little bit here, and ahead of you, you can see like a flatland. It's all flat, but the trees here have all been naturally, or not naturally, deliberately removed, chopped down. There's a great expanse, and at the very limit of your vision, you think you can see what looks like a house built on stilts in the water. Just sort of like the vague rectangular shape of this long stilted house. And
Chicken mice?
as say what? Or the, no,
Are they
no Baba
chicken
Yaga. No Baba Yaga. As you approach and sort of like get the others to calm down and pay attention to what you're seeing, you can sort of hear, it sounds like the chattering of like 1,000 chipmunks. You know the sound that like one chipmunk or squirrel makes?
Do
Like,
they eat
imagine that.
teeth? Run away.
Just amplified, so it sounds like, dozens or even hundreds of chipmunks just sort of chattering together, coming from all over.
I don't like this.
I'll go ahead and relay this. Do I need to go back to let them know about this, or are they catching up?
No, they're catching up.
I think we should go into the house.
As you pointed out to them, Hoppy, and now everybody can see this sort of silhouetted, stilted house through the mist. You can hear a weird chattering sound. For a moment, the mist starts to clear, and you can see that there are something crawling all over the roof and walls of this house, climbing up the stilted legs
Nope.
and over
Absolutely
the porch,
not.
banging on the walls, banging on the door. And that's when you hear the clarion call to heroes action. A scream for help rings out in the swamp, coming from within the house on stilts.
No. Don't go in there. It's a trap. It's a trap, you guys. It's a trap.
I want
Can
to
I-
look and see.
It looks-
Excuse
Look-
me.
look-
Excuse me. Who's the roger? I'd like to look to see if I
Who has the Eye
can
of Horus?
find the source before going into the house.
Ooh, it's all foggy. I love it.
You can.
What is this? I want to go to there. Okay, sorry.
Make
Can I
a
look in?
perception check for me.
I would love to. Please
Everybody
don't
or
roll
just
a
her?
1.
Just
I'm
her,
gonna
she's
do
getting
it too
scouted.
because.
Well, I
Oh,
rolled a
yeah.
2, guys. I rolled a 2. Fuck the dice today.
Renan, you are certain that the sound is coming from inside the house. Oh no, it's definitely coming from that stony grove beyond. No, back. You're not, sir. You think it's coming from inside the house. It sounds legitimate, but then there are times where it sounds like it's coming from outside the house. There's the fog is just causing like a weird
Yeah.
sort of sound propagation, and you're just not sure, or you're not going to tell your friends you're sure.
So I say nothing. Cool.
Hey guys,
I want
it's
to.
gonna appear
I
over
want to
there.
examine.
Wait, what was Mark saying?
Something
It's
about the
gonna
beer.
appear over there.
Nice.
It's gonna what over
Because
there?
it's up here.
I can't hear.
Here.
Oh.
Here.
It's up here. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I've been trying to talk and apparently I had my mic muted. Sorry. I would like to cast Gust of Wind. Try to clear out the area a little bit. I hit the wrong thing.
Where would you like to focus the effect?
Towards the house.
The sound effects today.
Putting your hands
Awesome.
together and just, issuing forth this cyclonic wind does create sort of like a tunnel of perfect clarity. the clinging mist is still sort of on the left and the right side of this, Noah's parting of the mists, and you can clearly see now a moss-covered house on stilts. Um, the windows have been barricaded with boards, and there are a number of bizarre humanoid, in that they have 2 arms and 2 legs, creatures crawling all over the house, but they cling to the sides and the underbelly of the house like spiders might, just being able to walk on even, vertical and horizontal surfaces with equal ease. So far, they've taken no heed or attention to you. You notice that they have large bony ridges on their foreheads that hide eyes that are rolled over white. Like, you don't see,
Ew.
they don't have a conventional set of eyes like you would expect, and they have an exaggerated mandible, sort of like a white shark does, creating that sort of boxy, square-like jaw of teeth.
That's pretty gross and creepy.
They're trying to smash through the door, and you can see occasionally like a pointed spear juts out through one of the holes in the door, stabbing them. And again, a call rings out for help.
Yes, we know
We
what
help
we're doing,
them.
guys.
Let's do it. My map is not loading.
Kill the creepy spider humans.
And how many did you say that there were that we could see? It's just covered. Okay.
1 million.
7. 7 of them that we can see.
Million. 7 million.
Thanks, I hate it. I don't like those at all.
Thinks I hate it.
So dramatic this morning.
Not a fan of spiders, Meg?
No, it's the creature faces
Yeah.
that I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I wish I had those
What's
boots of
our-
speed.
Oh.
So this is a map that is designed in a style isometric, right? You'll notice that it doesn't have the normal top-down view that we would see in a conventional battle map like we've done in the past. I would like to experiment with something today, for this battle map at least, using like non-conventional movement, which is to say that I would like to reconceptualize character distance as close, mid, and far.
Or like that.
So, like, if Renan wants to stay at maximum range, she'll say, I would choose to be in the far ranged position. And that is far. Amon might prefer to be in the mid position. That way he can close to close quarter combat if he wants to, but is far enough away to range weapons are still effective. He stays at the mid range, which is like anywhere from 10 feet to 60 feet. Or there's just close range, which is just right up in the business. And that any character can freely shift between those zones as their move action,
Okay.
rather than having to like
But
count
just
out.
one zone at a time, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you get to pick the zone you start in for combat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, okay.
So for our melee people, they don't have to wait 2 turns to be able to get into combat.
Right. And like I said, it's something that I've read, and I wanted to experiment because I didn't automatically hate the idea. So I'd like to try it
Cool.
once. Oni, you are the first person to react.
I want to be in near.
Okay. So you can put yourself anywhere within,
Near
10-ish feet of any of
far.
these creatures. Given the map, yeah, probably right there is an appropriate place to be.
Wait, will Hoppy be able to join me up over here, or do I need to move over here so that he has a straight?
If you scoot in, that gives him more space. The house rule that we play with is that a friendly, can shimmy past you,
Okay.
but can't end his turn in the same square as you.
All right, so I'm happy where I'm at.
And he'll be
I'm
hopping
having
wherever he ends up.
trouble with. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm having trouble with Roll20 loading.
Boo.
So I may or may not be able to do this.
Uh,
I may need somebody to.
I can
move for
open
me as
your
well.
character sheet, and if you just tell me what actions you want to take, I can take them.
Yep.
Until you
That'll
get
work.
in and situated. Okay.
Okay. Oni, do you have any actions this turn?
Yes.
Or shall I pass the initiative?
I am going to wallop
Whoa.
that guy in the face.
Wallop him?
Yeah,
Wallop.
it's a new word.
Does a 15 hit?
Wallop steel.
Ha!
No.
Wallop steel.
It does.
Then a 28 hits,
It does.
and an 18 hits.
It does. That is enough to kill him.
Yay! Suck it, gross dude.
I'll be right
You
back. I'm gonna try a different network.
You slash
'Kay.
through him, cutting him to ribbons. He doesn't speak to you, but you can hear a shriek in your mind. Like something is
Ooh,
screaming as loud as it
fuck.
can at your face, but like your ears aren't hearing it. You know that you're not hearing it, but you also are feeling that scream as it dies.
That's disturbing. Pass turn because I used my bonus action to attack. But that guy is dead, and he goes.
It is Happy's turn.
I think the other network is fixing it, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go up here and who's dead, who's not?
This
That
one
guy.
here is no more.
And I'm going to so I want to go near, so I'm moving up here, and I'm gonna go after this guy. Sorry.
We know a 15 definitely hits.
15 definitely hits.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to click all the buttons.
Yeah.
Advantage and Great Weapon Mastery, and come on, 16
Mhm.
for 26 damage.
Dead.
He is deceased.
Yeah.
19 hits.
For 24 damage.
Also
Dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Can I move one and oh no, I had to reach, so that's all I can do.
Okay. Draco, it's your turn. The melee have run in, seemingly taking these things apart without too much hassle.
Okay, I'm going to run midway and then cast my fire dude. About right in here, then he's going to flame seed it up. Once I get my character back out. There we go. He's going to flame seed the guy up top on the roof.
Okay. That's a hit for 5 points of fire.
And there you go. That's my moves.
Can we see health bars?
I.
No.
Not
Okay,
no.
that's fine.
Answer's
Okay.
no.
No problem.
No.
Yeah, no. That's going to be my answer for this one. These are not creatures you're familiar with. So you have no idea. Anything else from Draco?
Nope, that's it.
Renan. Where would you like to be and what would you like to do? I think you're
Mid.
muted.
Mid.
I heard just the word mid.
Can
You want to
hear
be
me
all
now?
up in the action. Close.
Can I be here? Can I be right here?
Sure.
Cool. I did not move because that's where I started.
22 hits. Who are you firing upon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This ugly motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At this point, that was the fourth one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I need Hoppy, Oni, and Wildfire Guy to make, oh my god, sense of self. Charisma saving throws.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh shit. Good job.
Damn!
One of us is
Nice.
charismatic, and the other
Yes.
lean on her to charisma us.
Wow, I am impressed. The wildfire spirit grasps both of his ears like this as you kill this fourth one, and there's another shriek that just is so painful and ear splitting, despite the fact that it's inaudible. It's happening only in your mind. It drives him basically crazy temporarily, and he just sits there, sort of rocking himself to sleep.
Jeez.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You both felt that same level of like just confounding, right? Like you were dazed, you were confused, you just wanted to cover your ears until it stopped, but realized that if you kill them all, surely that will make it stop. And you rally to the cause and are not stunned. Nope, that's it for Renan, right?
That's it. And it's done.
Amon. He
Wait,
Right.
did you
look
say,
like
did you say she killed Red?
She
Yeah, I
yep.
did.
And my token isn't moving.
When are they taking
There
their
we go.
turn? At the end?
At 8.
Never.
Okay.
I killed the one that you can see. I still have their information.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to fire, cast Hunter's Mark and fire on blue.
Blue.
My sheet is going very slowly, probably because I have my camera on, and they don't my browser doesn't like that.
$18 is a hit. 10 points is not enough. 12 points is not enough to kill him by itself. One more hit is required. That'll do. Shooting him just, right through the chest, he flips over the railing and splashes into the water below. He did.
He
Anything
go.
else?
And that's it for me.
Okay. On their turn, out of the mist, you see another pack of them running on all fours. They seem to be either able to walk on the water, or the water here is much shallower than you initially thought. It's hard to tell. But as they make their approach, they head right into Draco, being the first target on the ground at their level that they can see, and they surround him for what can only be described as an orgy of violence.
Only. Those are the only words.
It's the only way it could be described.
Mm.
Does an 11 hit?
It does not. I'm at armor class 12.
Does a 20 hit?
Whoa.
No, I'm a weather class 22.
9 points of piercing, and I need a wisdom saving throw. Nice. Another 6 points and another wisdom saving throw.
Jesus.
Okay. Another 6 points and another wisdom saving throw. Wisdom is just holding tight.
I'm very smart.
And a critical hit
Oh,
for 13 points of piercing and one more wisdom saving throw.
Damn.
So that matches. Yep.
Oh,
So you're
good.
still good.
whew,
I gotta roll on the table of fuck you.
the spell. The magic.
Oh, good. They can opt to knock you prone. And
Will they,
will,
though?
And
will
they
do that.
opt out.
As you are being savaged, they manage to one of them kneels down behind you, and the other one pushes you over the one who is kneeling down, and you
What
just
a dick.
fall flat, and they start to swarm you like a pack of dogs.
They're not very magic friendly over here, are they? They got my magic, my fire dude. They got me.
Also, I didn't think about it, but I need 4 Constitution saving throws.
From?
Draco.
Oh.
He's technically still concentrating on Gust of Wind.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Not anymore. So the wind tunnel that was creating clarity from where you initially were to the house just dissipates, the wind dies down, and the fog bank sort of move backs in.
Oh, so Hoppy and I
Move.
can't see them anymore.
It's difficult to see, yeah. Like you, you hear the pack of dogs savaging Draco just as the fog clears. You can see his hand, help, and then just fog closes in around.
Yikes.
What is the distance that we can see in this fog?
Limited to the zone you're in.
Okay.
So if you are at long distance, you can only see long. If you're at mid, you can only see mid. If you're at close, you can only see close.
Basically,
Got it.
how nice and cloudy it looks is kind of how we're seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do they do anything else, or is it my turn?
These two jump off the roof and ambush one attack on each of you. No advantage. Confounding Bite Hoppy.
Nope.
Nope. Confounding Bite Oni.
Nope.
Negatory. All right. Start of round 2. It is Oniara's turn.
Okie doke. Let's go with a hit on the guy in front of me. Oh.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Let's see how bad that's gonna hurt. And whether or not I get to do anything with the rest of my turn.
Your golden weapon breaks.
No!
Oh,
Thank
Don't put
you.
that out there!
Let's not get crazy. Dear
All right.
God, we
You
immediately
lose your
went to
footing.
doom.
While attacking and fall head first. You fall prone. I need you to make
Oh,
a
God.
DC 15 Constitution save. On a failure, you'll take 2d6 damage and knocked unconscious for 1 minute,
I
or
failed.
until you receive damage from any source. So you are unconscious for 1 minute or until you take damage. You take 2 points of damage as you hit your head on the deck. Nice little goose egg. And being unconscious means your turn is over. It's Hoppy's turn.
All
We're
right.
so good at fighting until we're not, and then it's just embarrassing.
I guess I'll take out Greenie and hopefully switch over. That's should have advantage on that.
They call me the Green Meanie.
Just step over my
Okay,
body and
so that's
nudge
for the
me.
first one. Does 13 hit?
It does, yep.
Okay, then I'm
He is
assuming
a
taking
red
advantage.
mist.
Okay, I will do the same to purple.
Hit also. And actually, that's enough by itself to kill him.
Nice.
Okay.
Kick me in the head.
Can I hit her in the head as my bonus action?
Kicker. You just
You have to do damage, yes.
Get up.
Technically, I can do Great Weapon Mastery and attack her one more time with my sword. Can I poke her and do 1 damage?
I think that's cowardly, but yes, you can.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
otherwise I could cut her head off.
I mean, I think that's the way to go. Yeah, you kick Oniara with your hooves or the butt of your sword, which is probably not the correct treatment for a head wound, but
How much damage do you want me to take?
I'm fine with 1.
Okay.
roll 1d4.
And you rise to consciousness. The 2 monsters that you were fighting are dead. In the thick, muffled cloud of mist behind you, you can hear what sounds like Draco screaming in a blender. And it is Draco's turn.
And he's gonna have Fire Guy come and teleport him away.
Okay, now with me prone, what does that mean for me?
Stand up.
Prone means that you are flat on your back. It means melee attacks made against you have advantage. It means ranged attacks made against you have disadvantage. It costs half of your movement to stand up.
Okay. In Instead, I shall do. I'll do Thunder Wave. Try to, use that to kind of help disturb them and push them back.
Before you cast Thunderwave, I need you to roll a d100. You can just use the critical hit fail table.
Marco DC'd. He'll be back.
I see.
Mark's having a lot of trouble today. Poor guy.
All right, Draco. Your spell functions mostly the way you were expecting it to. Go ahead and cast Thunderwave. However, use the maximum value for every die. Rather than rolling dice, if it's 3d6, it's just 18.
It's where is it? It's 2d8, so it's 16, right?
Okay. Yep. Any additional modifiers to it, or do I have to make a save?
I'll pull it up.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Here you go. That was just so we could see it there. Da-da-da-da.
Well, I'm good at
Nice.
con
On a
saves.
failed save, they do a 2d8 for Constitution saving throw. Yeah, DC 16. And one is able to do it.
We'll say the one that's marked as blue and green makes his save. Everyone else fails their save. And you do how much?
18.
18.
Or 16. 16, sorry.
Do you get extra damage from Fire Guy being out?
Well, I killed them all there, so
Nice.
doesn't matter. But
Um,
yes, yes.
And if he
it's
failed, if he
fire
made
only.
his save, he doesn't get knocked back, right? Or does the knockback happen regardless? I can't remember.
In addition to unseen
It
objects
isn't
are
pushed.
completely within the area of the effect. They're pushed 10 feet away from you.
On a
Yeah, so
successful
he does.
save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed, so it still takes damage,
Okay,
but
not
it doesn't move.
yeah. You draw upon your reserves of natural magic and unleash one of the more devastating thunder waves you've ever cast. It sunders them, splitting them in half, like at the waist. So in this like death radius around you, sending pieces all throughout the fog. Up there on the deck, you guys are being showered by bits of random monster creature, and a deafening boom rings out in the space. The effect of the thunderwave creates this perfect hemispherical dome of clear as it pushes out all the fog and the moisture out to the sides. Only one creature remains, and it's like visibly wounded. Its like left leg and left arm are broken, and its left jaw's been dislocated, hanging only by the right part of its face.
Is my fire dude snapped out of the effect that he had earlier?
Yep, just one turn.
Okay. So then, flame seed it. And 9 doesn't do it.
9 does not.
Nope. Okay. And then I'm going to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm standing back up.
All right, Renan, your turn. We got one half-dead enemy left.
Pew pew. I shoot it. I try
Don't
to shoot
shoot
it.
me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot. I
Excellent.
shoot it. I don't
You
think I
shoot
have
it.
sneak. Oh, I do because of Draco. Just kidding.
And it's dead.
Good.
Good.
Do we hear more screams?
Yep, they continue to go on for 4 or 5 seconds. Just this sort of assault on your mind, screaming. Also, at the very end of it, you feel like you can hear whispers all around you, but they eventually quiet.
Wow. Can you guys hear my kid? Listen, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
Okay. I want to investigate this house.
It's
I would
old.
also like to carefully investigate the house. I'd like to remind Oni that she's big and loud and to chill out.
That's true. Renan, come up here and check out this house.
I'm coming. Thank you.
There
I
are
would like
signs of
to go
damage all
first.
over it. It's old and moss covered. There are signs of life on the inside. You can hear the floorboards creaking as people, or a person at least, moves around inside. There are holes in the door that the creature's made trying to break it down. Do you want to try to communicate? Do you want to try to peek through the holes?
Yeah, peek through the holes.
Are you trained in perception, Renan? Proficient, even?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You find a great way to spy with your little eye through the hole, kind of without being seen. You take, you watched a spear come through one of those holes, so you're not gonna just meatballs it, but you do peek inside, and you can see a withered, maybe middle-aged or slightly older, 45, 50-year-old man, with a young girl hiding behind him. He's got a pitchfork that's missing all but its rightmost tine on it.
Hmm.
And the inside of the house is old, dilapidated, but has a fire built in it, and there's some food cooking on it. She seems scared, and he seems concerned.
And he says, "This is my swamp."
Yes.
In the morning, I'm making waffles. After a few moments of awkward silence, he calls out, "Who goes there?
I do.
Are you friend or foe? There's a dozen of us in here, and we're well armed."
If no one else is going to respond, I'm going to say that depends on whether
Can you
these
guys hear me?
creatures are your friend or foe.
Says, "The horrible beasts of the mire are no friend to me, or my men."
Then friend it is.
The little girl seems reluctant to want to trust anybody. He quiets her down and just asks why you've come here. Has someone sent help?
In a manner of speaking, yes. We've come from Moot to lend our aid and restore balance to this interesting place.
So you know what's caused it?
We don't, but we're here to find its cause and eradicate it. What can you tell us about these creatures? And may we come in?
There's a moment where he's organizing stuff in the house. You can see him. He's basically tidying up, but he claims to be stowing weapons and sending some of his men out on patrol. Eventually, he opens the door, and you see only him and a little girl, maybe 8 or 9 years of age. There is no family resemblance between them. So maybe they're friends or she's someone else's daughter, but you don't get the impression that she
Is
is
this
his.
the Last of Us situation?
This is a classic The Last of Us situation.
Then the girl's the badass and the old guy's jaded. Fuck him.
I'm gonna introduce myself and gesture to the rest of our team and introduce them by name and ask them for their names.
Her name is Mara, and he says that they call him Mossy.
All right, Mossy.
Bossy?
Mossy.
Mossy with an M.
How long have you been here? And how long has it been like this?
And Mara?
Mara.
I'm assuming we're inside now.
We're inside. He closes the door behind you and puts the wooden barring back up. He tells you that he's lived here his entire life, but it's only been like this for a very short period of time. Maybe maybe a week.
Are there
So
other
really,
people that live here?
probably since the night of the fire.
Where was the fire? Can I set it on fire?
He just sort of points all around. He goes, "It rained fire from the sky.
Volcano.
Half of us had to work all night
Aliens!
to put out the fire. We had to stomp it out, but it just kept falling from the sky.
Stop it. We didn't start the fire.
It was always burning since the world's been turning."
Draco, what do you know about fire falling from the sky? You're my fire guy.
Draco knows everything about fire falling from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me this time. Well, one thing it could be is, either, if it came from, space, it could be like meteors coming down, or was it a volcano erupting?
Those are two possibilities.
Yeah.
Are there other settlements? Do other people live here in the swamp?
He says lots of people live here. We don't have like a community proper, as you might say, but there are several homesteads.
And what were those?
Give us directions to the homestead so we can check on them.
What were those creatures that we fought before that were all over the roof of your house? Have those always been here, or did those come with the firestorm?
He said he's never seen them before in his life.
So they're
He
new.
said he found this girl wandering around calling for help, covered in blood. Says
Ew,
every
fuck.
member of her family just disappeared one night. She ran away, and hot on her heels were a bunch of these things. Easy enough to kill, but they're dangerous in large numbers. All I could do was board up the house and try to funnel them through the door one at a time, pokey pokey.
I'm gonna
Okay.
like, use our shorthand to run in to see if she can talk to the little girl, since she's also young in
Yeah.
appearance and hopefully not as intimidating as I am. And continue.
Yeah, while
talking
you
with the
guys are
guy.
while you guys are talking, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We good.
Okay, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna go like sit on the floor next to her and pull out a gold coin and just sort of start flipping it in my fingers until she's like intrigued by it, and then once she's intrigued by it, I'll give it to her and
Wow,
sort
you
of
giving her
smile.
gold? Jeez.
Shh. I have tactics.
It's how she makes friends.
Are you gonna steal it from her or what?
No. And then
That's how your funds, right?
I'm gonna say, yeah, of course, from my funds, asshole. I have a whole bunch because I don't spend it on dumb shit.
Like potions for other people? I know.
Shots fired at Flava Flav.
And so,
Hey, when she
you
wants
know,
to know what time it is,
Mm-hmm.
once I've kind of okay, medallion. Once I
can I
sort
get it in
of have
Shin Chin
trust,
Potomi
I'll just once I gain her trust, I'll just be like, what happened to your family?
Your ploy works. You are actually a very charismatic person when you want to. You tend to only ever ploy that in your trade to take advantage of people. But when there's a need for you to be genuine, you have that natural talent for it.
I would never take advantage of a child, especially a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my people.
And an orphan.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe you don't tell her that right away. You're my kind of people because your parents are dead, obviously.
You could be the next Batman.
That was meta for my siblings who are quick to throw me under the fucking bus.
Mm-hmm. She is intrigued by your magic trick, your legerdemain. She takes to you immediately. She, there's that sort of sisterly bond that you can develop with other young women. That's well practiced. She is slow to speak, but ultimately reveals that she woke up one night and just found her house was completely empty, that everyone was gone from it. She couldn't find her mother, her father, her 3 brothers, or the 2 dogs.
Why's there gotta be dogs?
She
I'll just
wandered around for a bit, but couldn't find them. She said there was like a heavy mist that made it hard to see, and
Okay.
she kept hearing screaming, but she said it didn't. She didn't hear it with her ears. She heard it with her mind. Like I could hear it everywhere, and it never stopped, and it made me really scared.
Okay, and I'll ask if she saw anything else at all in the mist, and that I'm gonna do everything I can to try and make this mist go away.
She said she wandered for a while, following the voice that was trying to tell her how to get to him. But then she saw a bunch of things that scared her, and she ran away.
What types of things? It's okay, you're safe now.
She saw a bunch of things that ran around like people, but on all fours. Like when her
Okay.
brothers were trying to scare her and play werewolf, like that, but they all moved that way.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you're safe here with Mossy, and we'll leave you guys some better weapons, and we'll come back and make sure you're okay.
She doesn't like the idea of you leaving.
I know, but do you want me to get rid of the mist?
She says yes, only if you think she's going to be safe here. She
I
likes
tell
Mossy,
her.
but he's smelly.
Yeah, I tell her, I'll tell you what. This is my pet mouse. His name is Peter. I'll leave Peter with you, and I'll come back and get him. Can you take care of Peter for me? It's an important job.
She just nods her head eagerly.
Okay. Then I need you to feed him, make sure he has water, and you got to keep him warm at night. And I'll be back for him.
I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. And then I sort of motion to Oni, like, we're done here. It's time to go on.
Okay. I'm going to get up and shake Mossy's hand and ask if we can leave him some rations, since we don't know how long it's been since he's been able to get supplies. Is he in need of anything?
He's got a barrel of fresh water left and a couple of days worth of dried food goods. He'll take whatever you want to leave him, but he's not starving, and he can hold out for a few more days with the supplies he's got.
Since he's got the little girl, I'm going to go ahead and leave them. I have 15 rations in my bag. I'm going to leave them with 5.
Okay. He says he's going to get to work now, trying to repair the house and shore up their defenses in case these creatures come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is there anything, does anybody have like a protection spell or anything that we can do to like...
Oh man, if we had only gotten the Draco's
Druid's Grove.
Grove.
Shucks.
Damn it. That is
And of course
a
she leaves right
druid.
then.
That is a druid spell though, right? Isn't there?
It is.
Does anyone have that?
Yeah.
I have 4 greater axes that we took from the Silver Flamed. I'm pretty sure Mark only sold 1.
Oh, we should have sold the other ones.
Right, but we didn't because I didn't look at my character sheet. So sorry about that, Mark. But I will leave him with both of them with an axe and say, teach her how to use it.
I don't know if they'd be able to handle a great axe. Do we have anything smaller?
Okay,
Says it
what
might be
about
weighty
him?
for her. Do you have a dagger or perhaps a crossbow?
I have a javelin. We use it as a spear and a hand axe.
He says that he's only known her incidentally as she's grown up here in their shared village, but she's got a keen eye and excellent aim.
I also have 2 hand axes.
I have 2 daggers, so I will give her one of my daggers
And I'll
and
leave
say,
him
use this.
one of the hand axes.
if the creepers come back. Yeah, leave him a hand axe. That works well. And Mark, we have 3 great axes that you can sell.
So we'll sell those
Just-
next time we're in
Okay.
town. Okay.
I just need you to remember that because I forgot. Because sometimes things go in the handbag of holding. And yes, I will always call it a handbag. I'm a lady, after all.
You're not a
And I
lady. You're
did-
nothing but a sister.
You can call me daddy.
Good
Okay,
reference.
let's keep going.
All
That
right.
was a good reference.
It was.
All right, we're getting out of here.
If you
Can we
guys want.
take a brief bio?
No.
Oh, sure. Yeah. we can
No.
take a quick five. No.
Oh, Zeke, rude.
No.
Okay. No.
All right. Yeah, 2-3 minutes.
Okay. We'll be back.
Yes.
Good idea on the break. I went and got myself some juice.
Yeah, it's nice that he's starting to be able to go out and play with his friends on his own, because I don't feel like I'm constantly being squished. But
Yeah.
last night he fell asleep while I was reading him his bedtime story. Like, it's a 3-minute story. How did you fall asleep? You must have been really tired.
Oh, that's
He played
awesome.
hard.
Yeah, we went for a walk at the nature center. Walked for about almost 2 hours. He was really tired. Walked over a mile by himself.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are we ready?
Whenever you guys are.
Don't forget to John.
Ready, Freddy.
Mercury?
Your camera is off.
I'm working on it. Nobody wants to see this anyway.
I do.
You get to see it all day, every day.
I sometimes will watch you when you're doing long narratives, like through my monitors.
Wondering when is he gonna stop talking?
Guys, this is private talk, not group talk time. I
Cam?
watch you while you're talking.
Sometimes I rewatch your streams and just
All right,
You
so
wouldn't be the first or the last.
we're leaving the house. The door is secured behind us. Now where?
On your way out, I would think, or I would ask Amon to make a perception roll. No one
Should I as
investigated
well?
it. No. Like I said, no one told me they wanted to investigate it. I just suspect that his character would probably see this, whether he was looking for it or not.
I've been standing guard outside, like that. That was my intention, was just to kind of be looking around outside while everyone's inside role playing.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can't help yourself. Like you're a hunter, you're a tracker. Something about these dead creatures, one of which was split in half by a thunder wave. You're looking at it, and its skeletal system doesn't seem to make any sense. Something about the way the bones are joined and connected is illogical to you, and like just I want this to make sense to me biomechanically, because like everything that evolves does so for a purpose, right? Like every animal is different, but usually for a highly specified reason. You know, alligators and rabbits are built differently, but because they're supposed to thrive in their unique environments. The way these creatures are built seem ill-suited, poorly constructed, and you just want to make it make sense. You don't have to, but I feel like your character might be curious as to why these bones don't make sense.
Absolutely. And I'm so used to identifying animals by their bones that this doesn't look like anything I've seen before.
Yeah, it's off-putting, or at the very least, it's a curiosity.
Because I'm guessing they look just humanoid enough, but not like anything else I've
As you
seen.
pick through the skeleton that Thunderwave bifurcated, you see that it has a human-like spine, you know, with knuckles on the back, separated by small laminate discs. However, beneath that are thinner but sturdier bones that connect to a hip and ball socket that is far too small for them. Like, this would have been excruciatingly painful for the creature to walk on. It looks like a human rib cage, and hip joints were attached to canine legs.
Nope. No.
As you further just sort of use your dagger and cut it open and take it apart, the human bones aren't even the same. The rib cage is from a fully formed adult man. The arms are from an adolescent man, and the skull is from an adult human, or from an adult woman.
With canine legs.
with canine legs and the brow ridge
Be a bitch.
that makes its forehead and the lower mandibular ridge are canine teeth
What
subcutaneously.
the fuck is that? What is happening?
Would this be good?
Some
Uh,
dark
would
magic.
this be good, Andy Chow?
I don't know.
I think not. This is
I'm
tainted,
going-
whatever it is.
So I'm just gonna relay as everyone's coming out of the hut. I want to relay what I found and let everyone know that this is some kind of evil
Can you guys hear me?
witchcraft or
Mhm.
something.
Yes.
You can now.
Okay, you started talking over the top of me. Rude.
We couldn't hear you.
We couldn't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll forgive you this one
I
time.
apologize.
Maybe these are like the result of the illegal necromancers. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm not putting something together that should be really obvious. But the midnight sun is something that I will not like my brain will not forget about. So, just throwing that out there. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
I would like to make my way over to the stones over here.
All right. Okay.
Same, me too.
Draco, you immediately recognize it as a druidic henge. It's a ceremonial place for rites to be performed. They tend to be more religious and ceremonial than like practically magical. But the other kind can also happen here. This could be a conduit for a nature ceremony to bless the harvest, or it could be a place where like curative magic is performed. Hard to know for sure without like a deeper dive into their history and background, but it is certainly a druidic henge.
Okay.
Can we get some hit
But it doesn't look
points?
like it was corrupted or anything like that.
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
Should we get some hit points on Draco before we go looking for another fight?
We're good right now. I got a
Okay.
potion or two.
Alright. Then let's go pick a fight. Could we ask the Wheel of Woe for directions? Like I
mean,
know we
you
have
can-
to ask it a yes or a no. Like
Sure.
if we
If we go this direction,
mhm.
wheel or woe.
We came from the
Did
south,
we-
so
Did we get directions to the other settlements from the dude inside?
Yeah, he tells
Mossy?
you that they're farther westward, inland from the river.
Is that where the girl came from?
Yeah, there are 3 sort of homesteads that are pretty close together.
Okay.
They did like banyan tree farming for firewood building materials and sometimes even edible roots.
Let's go that direction.
Wheel or woe? That direction.
Wheel or woe.
Well, wheel or what?
The compass tells you only woe.
That's where we want
Yeah.
to go.
Oh my.
Why did we bother asking if we're just going that way anyway?
Because if it was good, we know not to go that way.
Why did you ask your magic 8-ball things when you were in 8th grade? You did because it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright,
Um,
let's go. To the west.
do we want to go a different direction then?
Nope.
Do we want to go?
We want to go toward the back.
Has he given us any idea of like directionality of the firestorm? Was it bigger in one direction or anything like that?
No, from his perspective here at the Stilt House, it just kind of rained down from the heavens all around. There were parts of his own property that were slightly singed by embers. But he says farther inland, where the other homesteads were, was where the largest fires took place. He remembers having to go there to help them put them out.
And how long ago was this?
He thinks just about a week ago.
Okay.
And is there so east of us is the river then?
I actually think I got my directions backed or messed up. We are on the eastern side of the river, so west would be the river, and east is inland. So we should be heading inland towards the settlements east.
Yeah.
I got turned around.
Do we? Is there any other point of interest before we go towards the homesteads? Is there anything else that you mentioned?
Not that he's volunteered, and if you press him, I don't know what else he'd have to offer.
Okay.
But he hasn't said anything that you're forgetting.
I'm wondering if does he? How is he a subsistence farmer? Does he trade at all? Is there a place that he does trades or
He
city
explains himself mostly as a keep to himself kind of fella. He seems to grow what he needs to survive here. What few occasional trades are done are usually done for meat. He dries. Sorry, excuse me. He salts and dries fish and preserves some crocodilian meat, and will monthly take that into town. He also says that at some point he's traded seeds. But this is not a guy who makes a lot of money.
What type of seeds?
Just like heirloom from his garden, so that other people might germinate crops from outside of this, fertile delta.
Got it. All right. I tried my best, and I'm not that smart. So now we're going to go to the houses.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
Okay.
keep an eye out for the girl's family. If you can save them too.
To the west?
We will.
East. I misspoke
To the
first time.
east.
To the window.
To the wall. I won't sing the rest of that.
You.
What if I pass without a trace for us, so that way we can move through the swamp undetected?
Beautiful idea.
Done.
Brilliant.
Consider it done. We are passing without a trace.
And I want to use my Eye of Forest to see if it helps me see through the fog any better.
Yeah, I would think it would. Giving you basically normal sight, sort of like fog lamps.
I just have to close one of my eyes.
Confusion. Yeah. We are passing without trace. How long does that last?
It lasts up to 1 hour.
Okay. You do not encounter again anything. This swamp, while there is some vegetation that slowly appears to be decaying and dying, you see nothing. No flies, no turtles, no signs of life at all in this vast empty space. After another hour or so of walking, your headache seems to get worse. Some of you are starting to experience dizziness and mild hallucinations.
Yeah.
You sort of get dizzy and think you see something out of the corner of your eye, shadowy. When you try to focus on it, though, there's nothing there. I'd like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, we're on it now.
Every time I've accidentally done something with advantage, it hasn't mattered because I rolled the same both times.
Yeah. Okay. No one falls unconscious. These are obviously just it's a very trying hike. Maybe it's swamp gas, maybe it's just you didn't have a proper meal. It's hard to know what's causing, but you guys are gonna push through because you're soldiering forward because lives are at stake. You walk for another 30 or 40 minutes, and you come to a clearing that has a pool of water in it that is not like the normal swamp here. This like might have been a small pond or lake in the before times. Remains so now. The only reason that it really strikes any kind of chord with you is at the very edge of the lake's perimeter, Amon can see jutting out of a stone edifice is a large crystalline structure, for lack of a better descripting. A giant triangular shaped crystal is just stuck in the edge of the pond on a stone. There's some small shrubs, large bushes and such growing around the perimeter here. No signs of life. But there is, just as I said, that large stone crystalline-like edifice across the pond from where you're approaching.
Let's go check it out. I wonder if this is the cause of all chaos here.
I'd like to sneak ahead, just in case we're approaching something super dangerous, so that I can stay out of sight and report back to the guys and gal.
I'm gonna put everybody on the map. If we have a few minutes after we wrap up this session, I'd like to hear feedback, or maybe you guys can just tell me next time what you thought of the freeform
Sounds good.
map idea of near, far, wherever you are. Renan, we're going to go back to traditional top-down, non-isometric combat map. You want to go ahead?
I do. I would like to sneak ahead if possible.
If you're going to try to stay stealthy, give me a stealth roll. And you can move your character, and I'll...
Okay.
You guys like my moon bow?
Nice. At the water's edge here, you can see there's a large red crystal. It's perfectly formed, like it seems almost deliberately carved, but it's landed like slightly akimbo, and the pointed southern tip of it is like buried, sunk deep into that stone outcropping. And there are vines around it, and you can't really tell chicken or egg. Like either vines have grown up from the swamp around the crystal, or vines from the crystal have grown out of it and into the swamp. It's hard for you to, from here at least, to determine which direction that's happening, but it's certainly like covered in thorny vines that are growing into the swamp, or the swamp into it. You're also next to a large bush that smells horrible.
Okay. I report back everything I see, and I give Draco a very long look.
So we destroy it with fire and lightning.
We might have already tried to do that before.
Do you think we should try and dislocate or dislodge the?
I think it's bad to try to touch it personally, because
we had to touch it.
Well, dislodging it, we run the risk of. We could try it, but I say just to straight up destroy.
Do you know what this is? Is this some type of druid shit?
No, I personally think this is kind of what he was talking about.
Only
raining
we had
stuff
a
out of the
plant
sky.
druid who could tell us about this.
I guess I could talk to
murdered
plant.
on a boat.
Well, that's fine. He wasn't murdered on a boat. He was murdered out at sea. You guys just so happen to show up.
Go ahead, Draco. Tell us what you know, buddy.
I assume this is, some stuff that came falling from the sky, especially with how it's implanted into the ground here. But yes, I can't speak to plants.
There's vines. Come on. Let's go. druid this shit.
Okay,
You
Don't let-
this
I'll
shit.
go ahead and walk on over towards it.
I'm gonna go with him. So
That's real close. Okay.
Again,
Okay.
how do you expect to talk to somebody if you're not close to them?
I don't know.
Not everyone yells.
I got a phone.
Discord.
So
And your intention is to speak with plants on the roots that are surrounding the crystal?
yes, that'll be my first attempt.
Okay.
I would like to be where Oni is. I can't see my character. Oh, I found her.
She's got stealth.
She's got stealth, and everything is going to be a song with me. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can communicate with it to see if it's coming from this crystal or they're all being attracted to it.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'm really considering what happens here.
Because also, since this is a spell and magic seems to be being messy, we can do it that way if you like, John, where it backfires on me instead.
I think you just die instantly.
Oh, that would be bad.
Reaching out with your speak with plants ability, you immediately detect a sentience. Normally, when you're speaking with a plant, it's more like you're imbuing a toddler like the ability to answer a couple of yes or no questions in what is going to be like the dumbest possible way ever, and you have to struggle with that. Plants are not smart. It's sometimes difficult to get answers, especially when you're talking about something that's like outside of what their perception could even really, give them the ability to answer. Talking with the vines growing out of this rocky crystal, there's a sentience here, a mind, a will that is present already before you give it power, and it politely asks if you've come to join us.
Join you doing what? Like, my eyes are like bugging out of my head. Like I'm like freaking out with how not used to this coming from this kind of thing. So yeah, I go surprisingly join you with what? We've come here to investigate the situation. We heard about some weird things happening, so yes.
There's no need for concern. You are home now. Please join us and know unity.
I'm more of an individual kind of guy, you know.
You won't be for long. Welcome home.
I turn. Okay, this is pod people talk over here, guys. I think we need to destroy this little thing, this little crystal. So the vines are coming out of the crystal, not being attracted to it. Then
You're almost certain now that it
Yeah.
is in fact that way. That this is
Yeah.
whatever the crystal is has infiltrated this swamp.
this is bad. Okay, crystal bad. We destroy. I say that as I back away behind Hoppy because I'm like, oh nope, need something big in between me and that.
Draco, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm wise. I'm wise. I'm wise.
You're
I'm
wise.
very wise.
Very hopeful.
Not as wise as I was hoping.
That's still pretty wise. There is a moment where the crystal. So you create a bridge, right, between two far shores, your shore and its bank, and for a moment, like it enters into your mind rather than you creating a bridge so you can talk to it. It has crossed that bridge and is speaking to you in your own space.
Oh jeez.
Which is a terrifying thought, not only because you were prepared to only speak to a plant, but also nothing's done this to you before. Like you maybe weren't even sure that it was a two-way bridge, but this voice, this creature preaching unity and welcoming you home is now inside of your mind. And I feel like you have, no choice if you wish to avoid it ending your mind other than to sever the connection with the plant, ending the speak with plants spell.
Yeah, yes, yes. I'll end it. Poof. I've just been violated in a way I've never been violated before, and I didn't have to pay extra for it. It's okay.
Right in the soul hole.
Oh, I always knew I liked you, Zach.
At that moment, that panicked Draco cuts off the connection to the plant, hiding behind Hoppy, barely being able to mutter aloud, "Kill it, kill it, kill it."
Now.
You can hear voices all around you.
Nope.
Oni and Renan, the
Blech.
bush right next to you that Renan said smelled terrible, begins to writhe and move. It parts the middle of its bush to present to you a
Pearl.
torn apart humanoid face with fresh skin and beard hair on it, with a row of teeth that are vaguely, mismatched from different human bodies, and a canine eyeball and a human eyeball. And it looks at
I
you
found Mars family.
speaks, just saying,
Mm-mm,
"Won't you join us?"
mm-mm. I
To
just want you to
join us
know
is
this
to
is some
be home.
fucked up Stranger Things stuff happening. No,
No,
absolutely not.
I don't want that. I'm gonna kill
No.
it.
Yeah. Where is it? Let's stab it.
Refusal and discordance will not be permitted. And it lunges at you to attack.
And I'll say, I'd like to see you try and touch me when I don't want to be touched.
I'm gonna put myself in between it and Renan.
And I'm going to whip my hand around Oni and just, yeah, fuck you.
Do
my
you
sister.
think we have time to do a combat, or do you want to end it here so we don't run over and pick up here first thing next week? I'm fine either way. You guys let me know.
I think it's probably actually for me. I say let's go ahead and pause for next week. I'm sorry.
We can start with initiative.
No, you have a fucked up tongue.
Aww.
Like that?
Something like that.
Sorry about your tongue.
Is it getting worse?
No, it's actually the Benadryl's taking effect. I'm getting,
Getting
a little
Oh,
drowsy.
it's sleepy time now. Yeah,
Yeah.
get some
Yeah.
rest then.
Yeah, we could
Sen-
start the initiative.
Okay, yeah. Roll the initiative count so we have an idea of who's going first next time.
Oh, okay.
No, I think
My
she was
bad.
doing that as a reminder for us to where we start.
Oh,
next
I
turn.
see.
But
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
I'll roll it and keep the tracker up. Anybody who wants to can. Since we have a few minutes, what did you think of the isometric map and the more flexible movement rules?
I love being able to call start in melee. That's amazing.
That's nice. The unfortunate thing about it is some of my benefits as a barbarian are based. Like I have extra speed, and then I have extra what's it called? Instinctive pounce,
Bonuses.
which allows me to move even further. So like it seems like I lose some of the benefits from that. I mean, they're minor benefits, but I don't get the benefit of it.
For sure. Yeah, the system was designed around that rule, so like that's part of is getting feedback from a couple of. I'm going to experiment with it again in the not too far away future. I want to try like a couple of different encounter styles. Like that one, I think the movement sort of favored your party, so I could see that being like that was fun. I want to try one where it doesn't necessarily work to your advantage and see if you still think it's fun.
Right.
Because anything that helps you win is fun until it doesn't. I want to play with it. I don't think I'm often loath to make rules changes in the middle of a campaign. I read about it on a DM forum and liked the idea a lot and just wanted to try it for myself. So if you guys are cool with it, I want to try it a few more times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And continue to sort of get some feedback on it and see if it's a thing that we want to incorporate.
Me.
And if not,
Okay.
it may be a thing that just doesn't work well with 5e and those like sort of, because there are some things like like needing proximity for sneak attack, or like having 40 feet ramp up for a charge, or like the boots suddenly become less good if if everybody can essentially move 60 feet by just saying I want to be in melee, then that
Mhm.
sort of
Yeah.
it marginalizes some magic abilities. I don't know. I'd like to try it a few more times and get some good, bad, and ugly.
May I
feedback on it.
offer some feedback?
Please do. Yeah, please.
Okay. This is what I will say is if we know we're going into a battle, that's been sort of like one of my frustrations with the first round of combat. If we know we're going into something like any fantasy, sci-fi, any action movie, you set yourself up for battle for where you want to be. That's part of it before you go into the fight. So I love it in that situation. I think that like if we happen to fall into battle, it seems like a cheat. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we know, okay, we're going to go and we're going to find these people and we're going to fight them. That seems like a good time that we should do that. But if we're out walking in the woods and we're ambushed by dire wolves, I don't feel like we should get a free round to then move 120 feet.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
But that's just me.
Situational.
Yeah, like I said, I want to try a few more, like maybe even a surprise round where that advantage isn't given because you are ambushed in your beds.
Right.
Like I don't know. I want to play with it a few times. One of the limiting factors of the game is sometimes I like to use larger maps like this that allow for maybe even more than one combat to happen on the same battle map, which is cool in my mind and lets you guys explore an environment, which I think is fun. But the downside to that is that that map is 160 feet across, which means if Mark gets into trouble on the north side, Oni is 3 turns away from being able to do anything
Yeah.
about it, and that's boring and dumb and not cinematic and not fun. So I'm trying to think of like, is there even just a marriage where we borrow some of those kind of movement rules? Like,
Yeah.
if we just say if it's not combat, if it's not like if there's no multiple attacks opportunity or something, like maybe I just say fine, you can just move wherever you want to move as your move action, or maybe we
Mhm.
just say like at initiative you get to determine where your character is as long as it was knowing combat. I don't know. I'm kicking the can around for a couple of potential adjustments. I like the idea better of people being able to place their characters somewhere on a battle map within like a given starting point, because that is, I mean, Michelle is right. Like that's not really how any fight happens. Even non-fantasy fights like don't happen with no forethought. There's always
Right.
some kind of plan. There's always like we have tanks and we have mid-range and we have range DPS. Like you wouldn't ever be, druid first in all likelihood.
Yeah.
We know there's a fight, we put the meat shield in front of the druid, and that's just the way it goes.
Which is why I did this with Hoppy in between
Right,
me.
yeah. So I'm trying to find a way
And
to make that.
even when you're ambushed, there's a certain amount of like, okay, circle up, who's going first? Like it's just, and I get that it's also a game we're playing, so there has to be some type of rules. So like I said, there are times where I'm always really annoyed with like that first round of combat where I'm like, well, if this was real life, which it's a role-playing game, then we would not be stupidly stumbling into this fight,
I don't know. I've known you long enough to see.
Okay, yeah, I would do the stupid thing. Thank you, Zach.
Okay, I've been reading a lot of like Pathfinder's rule set. One day I will play a Pathfinder game, but one of the things that they encourage is like there's no attack of opportunities. 90 something percent of the creatures in their monster manual don't have attack of opportunity. It's not even a rule except for a one specific player class, like their de facto fighter gets to threaten squares, but otherwise that's not a thing that happens, which encourages like more movement in the game space. Which I think makes the game a little bit more interesting. It's kind of boring when it's just like I run toe to toe with that enemy and we punch each other until one of us falls over.
Right.
Like it is the way a lot of D&D games end up just being played because you're disincentivized for moving, because why would you give your enemy a free attack
Exactly. Yeah.
for trying to change anything? I don't know. I'm exploring some options. I just, please don't be shy with feedback. If something I'm doing with these experimental things resonates, love to hear the positives. If it doesn't work, love to hear the negatives, because that's how we'll come up with something that works for everybody.
I like the idea of doing like a hybrid thing where, depending on the situation, it can be a one or the other. So.
And my issues are fairly limited because the movement is only really beneficial in the first thing. I kind of like the idea of being able to move more, but also I'm tank. Go up and smack them with my stick until they stop moving. So
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of tactics to a barbarian. So, or strategy, I should say.
Yes, yeah, tactics is big
The
smash.
tactic is hit 'em with a stick. It's,
Investigate, hit it with a stick. Hurt it, hit it with a stick.